Zilu and Sade appear to have aged several years overnight. Their faces sunken and sallow. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each center, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. You are gonna play Umamasume, whether I wanted to or not. The path of educator was truly grueling one. Oh, marching to the battle would be much easier. Haha, still thanks to Mr. GQ's methodology you shared, we did manage to find a way to make this quite efficient. Efficient, huh? To be a true family hierarch, there are dozens, hundreds of virtues one must understand and master. However, to do so in 40 days, as promised, is an implausible effort. Thus, we have to categorize the countless virtues into 3 categories, and they are called... Oh no. Z, wisdom. The Y is who's we the people know words. Yang, courage. The ability to overcome fear, to act decisively. And when, humanity. It is the benevolence of the heart. The compass of behavior that distakes respect towards every human. I don't know why I said compass that way, but I did. Oh, clearly, most of the faculties of this school are severely lacking in all 3 of your criteria. Just how do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? Yeah, like the certain someone who needs a lesson in Ren. Are you sure I'm in good hands? Have you seen these people? So what the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? I want my Wei back. Mr. Wei and Mrs. Xingong are currently quite preoccupied with handling the monumental task of paperwork. All right, Mr. Wei wanted me to deliver this message to you. Be strong, my lady. Wei! That's it? That's all I got? The 30 days of classes commenced. So I have a novice Yiseng. Oh, okay. So he trains morale. Well, I guess we want to train her. My name is Yiseng. That is all. See, I can summarize, guys. The class I have prepared for the day. Aha, I've heard plenty about your mirror tech, which makes me wonder, going by the level of advancement in that technology, could you have approached it from a different angle? What do you mean angle? There is no different angle. There is my angle and the only angle. That is the only angle. Don't question me. I am the teacher. You know how technological advancement usually goes. People invent for the sake of creation, only to have their inventions inevitably warped into weapons of destruction. Indeed. You show promise already in testing my patience. As you surmise now, the mirror has, in the past, almost been employed to shatter possibilities instead of reflecting them. I'm sure that's the angle most other people want to see happen. Removal of potential risks. Sounds like much more palatable than potential itself to some people, after all. Correct again. Yet destruction was a word that bore too much suffering for my heart. My sole regress from it was abandonment of my quondam fellows and my life's work, making myself a fugitive from the past. How'd you bring yourself to just abandon it all? I conversed. With who? With myself. That lies within me. Let not the innumerable worlds of the mirror enchant your gaze. First, one must direct their studies inward and reflect upon oneself. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, I had a very precious time learning to converse with my inner self. Zishun has grown. Look at that, we'll get some Ren. Now, if you are prepared, do explain what you see in the mirror. You needn't haste. For some reason, Zishun appeared to hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I looked into a mirror for so long. My lady, do you recall Zunzen of the Shi family who contacted you for a meeting? Yeah, that guy who said he was going to show me a precious flower that blooms only at night. I remember that you were vehemently against me going out there, so I stayed inside. I wonder what kind of flower it was. Don't tell me you were actually looking forward to meeting him, my lady. Oh, of course not. You were wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited, my lady. That vile man had hired a group of assassins to ambush the meeting spot, and would have been waiting there to spring the trap had you gone. But apparently, he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad it didn't go away. You were right. If only you still had Wu branch under your control. Stop it. We agreed to move on from that, remember? We don't have to talk about it. My god, she's depressed. I was brushing my hair and looking in the mirror as we were talking, but I realized that I no longer recognized the girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I just found it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off because I had to. An experience like that was going to be common occurrence anyway. And the Family Hierarch War was always looming on the horizon. Perhaps you felt then it may have been a shame. But it is paramount to face oneself, nonetheless. Nay, especially so if it was. And Sinclair, what do you see? I see, I just see myself smiling. I don't see what's so out of the ordinary. It seemed like Sinclair couldn't really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, after what we just discussed, I think I understand something now. Now that I've had some quiet time looking at my reflection, I think I've uncovered a part of myself that's hidden away for so long time. You just carry a mirror around with you in your pocket, bro? I learned how to be more true to myself by looking in the mirror. I know it's mandatory, but stick it in here. I want 3 Don Quixotes. 'Tis true that a station of teaching is prone to imbue one with a sense of bashfulness. Sinclair and Zishun both sat with a bit of apprehension as well, which is understandable given what Sade told them sometime before the lesson started. Some time ago, Otis, who'd been glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a good while, finally decided to voice her doubts to Sade. So what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? Have you not considered that her usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth? You worry too much, Otis. While she may not look it, Don Quixote is extremely well-versed in those adventures tales. And why would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered that fixers often appear when history is in the making? Let us see it here. Amongst the greatest fixers, whose honored names were engraved in history are verily, let us commence this lesson with the tale of the fixer Yufei. This tale beginneth in the year. Sometime later. Are you done? Just how could you continue to talk with such length? She's been going on for ages. Thus cometh the time to test thy dedication to this class, and the knowledge that should naturally cometh with it. A poppeth quiz, if thou wilt. Where did she even find time to prepare this? I can assure thee 'tis a quiz of entirely reasonable difficulty, if thou hast paid attention in class. Worry thee not. Does this pop quiz have prizes? Aha, but of course. I came prepared for such a quiz. For each correct answer I shall bestow upon thee from the very treasure chest of mine. These precious, precious fixer badges, forsooth. I did not let a single day go by in which I did not polish each and every single one of them on 3 separate occasions, at the very least. I don't know. I don't really need them. Hold thine applause, for there is a bonus reward for the victor who, by the end of this match, carries more badges. Thou shalt attain the role of the protagonist in this theatrical play of my making. Fixer Chronicles Yufei. 'Tis an opportunity of a lifetime. It's still a pretty useless reward, but if you're turning this into a competition, I won't lose. Seriously? What scared you to lose in this history, your weakness or something? Huh. I'll have you know that I was the teacher's pet in every single history class I took. And I'll have you know that I was, no matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. It looks like Miss Zishun's finally getting a feel for how friendships close in age are forged in school. Yay! Oh wow, the confetti cannons finally, why are these everywhere? Don't ask, alright? Listen, they just happen. You can literally track us across the city with how much confetti we've left in our wake. The honorable fixer of cerulean heaven, who attained triumph at the Battle of Rhino Tree in the year 4465, hath said, what? In the worst ordeal she had faced in her career. I've got it. That's when she had to forge onwards despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one as they held the line to buy her time. Ah, damn it, I was too slow. Fie, young Zishun, that are incorrect. Honorable fixer of the cerulean heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she was forced to stand by her enemies with her hair that was not luscious, as the supply line breakage caused her regular delivery of nutritional supplements to cease. What thou hast suggested, young Zishun, was her 17th most difficult ordeal. Oh my gosh. And this is the Centaur Rangers. What was the secret technique Honorable Fixer Lysander employed in his resolution of the case of the Fey Forest? Speak its name in full. I've got it. It's a summer night fantasia. Aha! Yet I cannot let pass such an unmotivated retelling of the super ultimate move. Hardly could internalize the true noble spirit of fixers by simply reciting it in such apathy. Thou must recreate the exact pose and enunciation. Are you kidding me? Come on, you can do this, Zishun. You can do this. This is nothing. Illusions of a midsummer night shall devour the whole. Summer night fantasia. Thine enunciation was quite shaky upon the word illusions, yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage. Thus I bestow upon thee this badge. I grow tired of this nonsense. Just how much longer are you planning to drag this on? This muttered the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder and find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. Dante, lights, left side. Gotcha. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Bravo, bravo. Certain minor details were missed, such as that Yufei, that fixer, was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with a lighter in his left pocket before every duel, yet 'twas a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart upon thee. It was just for a moment, but I think I'm starting to get it. I get why she's so obsessed with fixers. Clutched tightly in Zishun's hands were the badges Don Quixote had gifted to her. Give me my stats. Do I have any combos? Did I learn any combos? Surely these two chuckleheads have to be a combo. This is the compartment part taken from the structure that forms H-Corp. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis on the nature of the former H-Corp Singularity, which has been enduring for such a long time. Huh? You look kinda upbeat today, Miss Faust. Indeed, an opportunity to study the old H-Corp Singularity is not one that comes often. As there was potential for integration into Mephistopheles, I made a request to assemble part of the bus's engine, but was denied. A shame. Aren't you the one who built Mephistopheles, though, Miss Faust? Mephistopheles is indeed Faust's work, but not all of it was mine. It is possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into its creation. All right, which Faust are we talking about? Oh, wow, that's all you get? Wow, that's... Good job. Faust... That's how it works. I think I get it. I didn't think this is how I'd get to learn more about the old H-Corp. I don't think I could do much against the Reconstruction days right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for my graduation, for me to gradually dismantle that inquisitive thing. The day when Garden View and Garden 2 can be placed where people can live without fear. Without the fear of the encroaching Reconstruction days, without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they have fall or not. Until Garden View and Garden 2 can be a place where you can sleep with the promise of safe tomorrows. Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Faust. Oh! And then they died. Faust doesn't blame Faust for this. Faust blames Faust. I can't believe Faust has done a prank on Faust. The voltage must have been set too high. Repeating experiment with a different combination of fuses and wires. There was supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? And now it's my... Oh, God. All right, you've leveled up. Good. Get your slash resist up. Can I make you immune to damage? That'd be cool. Oh, God, Gregor, what are you doing in here, bro? Unlike some other classes, which were more on the upbeat side of things. Oh, Gregor, don't bring the mood down. The room's air fell grim and solemn as soon as everyone saw Gregor had written on the chalkboard. Losing a wing war leaves a much larger, longer lasting impact to some medium-sized enterprises closing up shop, you know what I'm saying? It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one recently, didn't we? We were this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here, which absolutely would have happened if Miss Issue here would have failed to finish her ascension. It would have spread like wildfire, too, I'm telling you right, this all wouldn't have been bad. So my class is gonna be about exactly what happens when a war... Oh. The piece of chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went to scribble something on the board. His left hand was trembling as though the room's temperature had plummeted only for him. Man, why has it got... Excuse me, Miss Zelo, is it okay if I smoke? Go ahead. Hey, take a break if you need it. I'm gonna listen to every word you have to say here today, so no matter how long it takes. Man, I do appreciate that sentiment. It's really good that you youngins learn the horrors of war when you're like children. So let's take a look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War. And then this person died horrendously, and it was pretty sad and gruesome. Why are you smiling? This is really serious shit. And that's why the smoke war fronts were mostly characterized by trench warfare. No one wanted to risk fighting in concrete jungles when they could be surrounded by enemies at all times, so everyone tried to draw each other out into the open battlefield, which naturally turned into trench warfare. Of course, every wing had different singularities, so this isn't really applicable to all cases, just that the former G-Corp found flat plains easier to maneuver in. Well, despite going on to all that, I'm sure we all know what the best answer in all warfare is. Not having a war in the first place. I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some of the stories you've been telling us. I can't even imagine what it would have been like to not only witness him go through all of that. We did visit your fathoms, Gregor, but that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. The city was devoured in smoke, its citizens in madness. He'd always shrug off those stories as ramblings of the past, but during the war, he stood at the center of the heartless machine that was the city. Its every gear calibrated to slaughterhouse precision to maximize the death of its people. There he must have witnessed things far worse than the worst the city presently has to offer. His eyes gazed beyond the veil of the bygone past, shaking restlessly in pursuit of what was no more. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. I need a canto that can help me get over this trauma, please. That'd be great. Oh boy. Sorry, fellas. I'm afraid I got carried away lamenting about what happened. That I forgot this was supposed to be a class. Oh, I'll be sure to prep something more useful next time. No, everything you told me was really solidified my resolve. I'm heading to my next class. Wait for me, I don't want to be stuck here with him. Oh, good, now we get to learn from Hong fucking Lu. Wow, how are classes going, Zishu? Look who I found in the dumpster. I was not in the dumpster. I told you, I'm not you, big bro. I pay attention in class. She was really insistent on helping me out, even though I refused because she looked preoccupied. The moment I found out about the contents of this lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do this alone. Wait, what about big sis Baoshai? Are you sure it's okay for Zoo Family Bodyguard to be here? I am no longer employed as Miss Baoshai's guard. Wait, don't tell me we got you Everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Baoshai's orders. As for why she no longer needed my services, I don't understand myself. She suddenly let me go after all the trouble was over. My lesson for Z Shun and Sinclair is not thinking. In clear, neat handwriting, Honglu wrote surviving Garden View and Garden 2 on the chalkboard. Oh, well, I don't think I need any help in that department from you. Look, I know you've had your share of assassination attempts, big bro, but Jiamu, I mean, the previous hierarch and the elders sheltered you from most of it. Wow, looks like I'm gonna have to prove myself. Dayu, would you mind preparing the thing? You have my utmost faith, but please do practice caution. Sometime later, Lin Dayu appeared with 4 bowls splishing with tea before sprinkling some powder into one of them. What's that? That's powdered wolfsbane. I see where this is going. You're gonna teach me how to tell which of these bowls contains poison, right? You could stop now. I learned to recognize infamous poisons like wolfsbane when I was 7. If it was something as tame as what you were suggesting, Venerable Hierarch, I would not have been here to accompany him. Lin Dayu continued her process, sprinkling wolfsbane powder into 2 more bowls. Honglu, who was watching that with an oddly contented expression, closed his eyes. Please mix them up, Dayu. Here we go. We stared in confusion, but we could hardly tell what was going on with the speed at which Lin Dayu swapped around the bowls. When we looked back at Honglu, there were these 3 silver spoons in his hand. Those silver spoons were custom made at Garden Viewing Gardens. Request. A must-have item for children in the 4 gray houses. It can detect non-sulfuric poison as well. In Garden Viewing Garden 2. Where we are beset by threats of assassination from all directions, knowledge alone isn't enough to save you. What the heck are you? But Honglu opened his eyes before Zia Shun could finish her sentence. Then he throws the silver spoons in his hands like throwing pins towards 3 of the bowls, and immediately chugs the 4th bowl, which he hadn't thrown a spoon at. Holy crap, are you insane? You barely even checked the Ziren's newer tea is always delicious, even when cooled. 3 silver spoons Honglu cast earlier were slowly melting away after quickly becoming tarnished black. Dude, is wolfbane poison supposed to melt their metal? People like to be thorough with their poisons in Garden Viewing Garden. Since everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood, you have to make a mixture of various poisons to have a real effect. Fine, I don't even want to argue what's your secret. I just went with my hunch. Honestly, it would have worked on me either way. I spent a long time building immunity to poor people poisons. Listen, you just gotta rich it out, all right? Just channel the richness. What the fuck? Just a hunch? How are we supposed to learn that? I don't know how to channel my richness. I'm not Heathcliff, you know. You'll get the hang of that for a few tries. I'll help you out. Shall we begin with 2 bowls? And then they died. I see. When you say you just avoided whatever felt wrong with a hunch, you were reflexively identifying the threat by reading the room and connecting it to your intuitive experiences. Listen carefully, Zishun. I know that the adepts of each Haisho will come to your aid with a flick of your wrist, and I know that your residence, whatever the fuck that is, will be engineered by the best craftsmen to become a safe fortress stocked to the brim with all kinds of useful boluses to protect your life. Even still, there will come a day when you start to feel this creeping sensation whose origin you can't identify. And when it does, I hope you won't brush off that sensation as nothing. You worrying over nothing. Zia Zishun whipped around away from Honglu to express dissatisfaction, but her softened expression told me that she was glad to see him worried. Every 6 days, you will be subject to midterms, prepared by the board of directors, Jia Yishun. My lady. Oh, don't worry yourself over much. Master Wei, you sound like you're at a funeral. She will pass these tests with ease as long as she has been diligently taking her classes. No, I simply hope I can survive until she returns. Wait, are you sure you're okay? I can't escape them, even in dreams. The unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me like a storm, burying me. Steel yourself, for that was no dream at all. In fact, never have I once seen paperwork twained in the arts of airwalking until now. I must be severely sleep-deprived. Exactly. Oh, am I gonna beat the piss out of the she guy? Oh, hell yeah. Hey, you're one of the she boys. When we finally meet, I hoped you'd fight the family hierarch war. Isn't this supposed to be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have a personal grudge against me? Oh, it's nothing at all. Why in the world would I ever hold a grudge against you? The results of the family hierarch war couldn't be any clearer, and everyone even remotely connected to the mess has all been dragged away and put under investigation. And hey, guess what? They dragged away half of my family, which means more room for me. I should really thank you, right? Oh, cool, I get a whole new little thing. Oh, I don't get to... Oh. She is on her own. Okay. I guess that makes sense. This is win rate, but worse. They took what little control I had from win rate and they took it away from me. They just decided, you love win rate so much, allow me to just win rate for you in real time. She is so close to staggering. Oh, I think we got the stagger. Oh, we won. Okay, never mind. I don't have to murder the shit out of him. You lost most of your clan during the family hierarchy war, didn't you? Yeah, so what? Are you calling me a penniless loser? No, that'd be my brother. Also, yes, actually, yes, I am calling you poor. I'm sure that's what I look like to you too. I don't want your sorry. Every clan member who died in the evaluation have died for nothing. If I showed weakness, that means I'm making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. So I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna win without the fertile soil my predecessors have left behind, because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood and tears of Garden View and Garden 2 itself. Chihausen, you are tenacious, determined, and strong of will. That must be why everyone stood by you down to the last man. Oh god, exploring and overcoming the unknown. Like, I heard you managed to come out on top in your first sparring match. Congrats. Thanks. I gotta admit, your classes are definitely coming in handy. Like, your attitude, well, like, shall we take a look at what I prepared for today? You're teaching me about exploring, huh? It's gonna be an indoors class? Yep, like, exploring, like, where should I begin? We're gonna explore all these pamphlets. It's a very big subject, so I don't even know where I should begin. Exploring, like, isn't always limited to the adventures in the physical space. A few weeks ago. So like, I'm just here to fill in, since like this game needs a certain number of players, but like, really, can you really call this like tabletop game? And are we about to play fucking D&D? Yet in games of make-believe, any simulacra can be made as real as, what a move. Oh, nice. Like, I'm gonna roll for damage. Gah, young Ishmael, thou hast absolutely pummeled the Gorgon beast with thy fireball spell, rending it most crispy. And that's how you came up with this? Like, I've played a few other games, but like, this is new for me too. So I'm still pretty new in general, I guess. Like, this is called Zhenggui Journeys, or J&J. Okay, what do these huge piles of papers have to do with exploration? Like, rule number 1, like the most experienced player among these gatherers becomes the JM. Like, the JM? Yeah, like the Journey Master. The Journey Master designs the story around the player's choice, sets the stage for what happens next, and like generally helps guide the explorers to safely arrive at their goals. That's why the most experienced player takes that role. Why is stir decks? Each character seems to have these things called stats. Well, looks like we just have to pick from a set of pre-made characters for this one. So I'm supposed to be playing this character's role. Like, you arrive at the great city of Smoke Cloud, a place known as the gathering hub for all kinds of influential people. You traveled here in search of a legendary treasure called, yeah, like the Sword of Farland. The city of, like, Yanyan. Huh, cool. So, like, why are we looking for the sword again? It's like, it's because, like, there's this legend in Yanyan about how, like, the sword of, right, the Tainya sword is the only way to quell the chaos, like, of these lands and bring peace to its people. And yeah, and also like how having that sword is the proof of a true leader in these lands, and like so on and so forth, I see the city called Yangyang must be a lot of trouble. So seemingly affected by the oddly familiar setting of the story, Ziyazishu nodded solemnly without noticing Ishmael stumbling through the introduction. Well, like, you know how it is. Like, the point is, like, you guys need to go find that sword. Like, just go find the goddamn sword. Then I will claim the Taiyan sword no matter what it costs me. Look at this, this is great. Like, from the rumors you've gathered, it seems like the Kenza Keep might have heard, like, the whereabouts of that sword. What will you do? I walk up to the Kenza Keep, chat him up, and try to get his trust. Like, are you sure? Remember, like, your whiz is extremely low right now, which means, like, you'll find it hard to form even the simplest sentences. What if I found a different way to gain the Kenza Keep's trust that doesn't involve sweet-talking to him? I do have pretty high strength stat, which should give me access to certain alternative methods to persuasion that doesn't require skill in speechcraft. I'll try to convince the Kenza Keep. I think I've got a decent chance at this. My whiz is pretty high. And you, like, pass the check. Like, the Kenza Keep looks at you, having lowered his guard. But not you, Sinclair. He's still pretty, like, wary of you. Okay, then I guess I'll just stand in the corner over there and sheath my weapon and play around with it for a bit. That's what he expects me to do anyway, isn't it? Like, the Kenza Keep shares information about the sword he heard. He explains that the party should, like, seek northwest towards Cloud Rise Mountain. But, like, what's this? Tears begin to well in the Kenza Keep's eyes as he continues to explain. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly for, like, loitering around the guard. The wound is, like, pretty severe, so he needs medicine, but he can't seem to, like, find any. Oh, no. That's too bad, but we have a job to do. Since we have what we came here for, we leave the Kazan. Like, well, like, they say that JMs aren't supposed to interfere with the player's choices, but, like, let's be honest. I would have made the same choice. Like, you can't stop and help out for every little side quest when there's a whole, like, a lot of adventure to go through. No, we're not leaving. I'm going to get him that medicine. What? After a few turns of various trials and tribulations for Sinclair, The Kezenkan keeps son, who fortunately was able to recover, hears your story and hesitantly shares what he knows. You realize that he's talking about a fairy Yugwai, guardian of the Tanyan sword. He explains that the fairy Yugwai's power grows under bright moonlight. Hold on, isn't it full moon right now? Then we should wait until the sky's overcast. Hearing that, like, the innkeep's son takes a quick look at the clouds and then tells you that it might be raining in about a week. I'm glad we helped him out. Phew, okay. Let's make sure we're prepared before we go. Whoa. You're gonna have to roll a 15 or higher to hit. Oh, one of these, here we go. I know, I'm focused. I'm locked in, as they say. Hey, I rolled a 16. With like a final singular strike from ZZ Shun, the fairy Yogwai finally falls to the ground defeated. Yes, the Tian sword is ours! Excited, the party runs with the sword embedded deep into the earth and grabs enthusiastically upon the hilt. With this, we can... However, the defeated fairy Yogwai, whom the party assumed was dead, suddenly jumps to its feet and lunges at ZZ Shun, who just pulled the sword from the ground. No! I quickly get between Z Shun and the monster. But if that crits, it's going to be pretty deadly even for you. Like, let's see if you can make the evasion save. One and another one. Like, nope, that's a critical fail. Oh my gosh. It's okay. Like, Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. The Yogwai lies still as well, the final vestige of its strength completely spent. Did you just beat yourself up? Oh my god, bro. That better be marker or something. Go on without me. Take that sword and go down to the village. Become the leader they need. That sword is your proof. No, this sword wouldn't mean anything without my adventuring buddy. I'm gonna bandage Sinclair up and carry him back. I won't leave him behind and descend the mountain all on my own. Imagine if Ishmael just clocked him. So, like, that's a natural one. Bam! Okay. Wait, like, if that's your choice, then, yeah, the bleeding stops as soon as you wrap him up. He's just that sturdy, you know? That strike would have probably killed pretty much anyone, but, like, you know how healthy he is. Oh, on your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here together. Grab onto my shoulder. That's it, step by step. Hey, Zishun, look over there. Everyone who helped and saved on our journeys come out to welcome us home. You're right. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, I never would have stopped talking to every single villager there to hear the troubles. The sword was only a symbol all along. All of our efforts and the experience we gained on our journey for the sword were what taught me how to be a good leader, not the sword itself. You're right, like, the real success of this adventure was everyone's efforts along the way. Oh, we have Merceau now. Okay. In regards to every activity, involvement of unnecessary emotions and personal judgment is to be wasteful. We're gonna need you to elaborate on that. Then I will share an excerpt from Sinclair's exchange with the manager 32 days ago. Begin, quote. 32 days ago? What? Excuse me, Dante, I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but most of us are fatally wounded, so can you please turn the clock back just one more time? End quote. How the fuck did you quote me so well? Unnecessary interjections weighed down your request. Wow, that's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly? It is a waste of time to involve emotions when delivering unfavorable news. The same message could have been delivered with merely 2 words. We failed. Let us commence field practice. Do not ask me a single question for the next 5 minutes. Well, okay, sure, it seems easy enough. Suddenly, Merceau let out a cry as he clutched his chest and fell out of the floor. Did he just get cringed to death? What happened? Are you okay? Merceau, you okay? His eyes snapped open. Task failed. 5 minutes have not passed. You have both disappointed me, and my expectations were not high. This reminds me of the incident Sinclair had so desperately wished to hide. What? The one who wished what now? Despite your belief that one would never find out your secret, there was one person who got to the bottom of the incident. Which one? Was it? Come on, just what did you see? Failed again. Oh, come on. Go on. Intelligence acquisition. Corner your enemy. Attention. Today's lesson will cover intelligence acquisition. In other words, men. You will learn how to gather information from people. You just have to turn them to your side. By being generous with my spending, by setting a good example as a superior, they'll eventually open up. Foolishness. That is among the worst strategies I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. Do you not see how wasteful it is to spend the limited military budget? How wasteful it is to spend so much precious time trying to butter them over? The most efficient means of obtaining intelligence is torture. Except it's not, though. We've proven it's not, Otis. Well, I'm waiting. Get on with your lesson. The most efficient method of torture isn't physical. Things like waterboarding, electrocution, all are inferior. Today, you will learn the torture of language. With this method, you will always find the answers you want. Use speechcraft to entrap their minds, slowly constrict around them. And then let them take a brief sigh of relief every time they give you an answer. That, cadets, is why you will be learning today. Take your positions, cadets. This is some torture. Just beat them with sticks. All right, midterms. Here we go. So, I hear you've defeated Chi. Well, son, you would do best not to let that get to your head. He's always been our family's greatest shame. Hey, watch yourself. Haven't you learned not to underestimate the family underdogs? What? Oh, you don't know. You see, I managed to talk Shizu into, you know. What? No, it can't be. He cannot have spilled the beans on my parents'. Ha, my men are already on their way. But how did you know it was Block 32? I barely managed to get them a hiding spot there. Oh, so it's Block 32? Did you just... I did. Huh, that was way easier than it was during class. I heard stories about how you've changed. I didn't know you had changed into such a heartless woman. Oh, she didn't load in there for a second. I was like, what's happening? Go, Zishun, go. The one hit was all it took. Dang. Damn it, I was so close. You were no close. Oh, hi, Ryoshu. TKTTWK. Teaching kids to deal with kids, she says. It looks like your manager's not the only one who needs a translator. I would have liked to teach a particularly bloody art class, but that AL back hair discarded my lesson plan. I'll SYNC if you're UA. What? But I'll SCAN if you're a UC. I'll snap your neck completely if you are an unruly adult, but I'll soothe, coax, and nurture if you're an unruly child. Did you guys rehearse this or something? Am I getting pranked right now? No, not at all. Just listen carefully, evaluate the context, and there you have it. That's not how that works. What context? What context was I supposed to evaluate? MTL, kids. Yeah, there's much to learn. Class is about to begin. Bring the class material, attendant. Oh, look, it's Sad Woman and Child. Oh, God. Upon the venerable family hierarch's orders, I brought a child from the Wang family. Why is zero? No, wait, what? You brought a who from the what family upon whose orders? Too many travel restrictions here, so I borrowed the rich kid's attendant. No, I mean, just what do you mean you brought that kid on my orders? Ryoshu snuffed out her cigarette, opened the window to clear out the smoke, dusted off her clothing a few times, and only then brought the child to the elevated platform in front of the class. He got no thoughts. Look at that. There's not a thought in his brain right now. The kid's kind of trembling and anxious looking. Are you sure? He kind of looks like he doesn't know what's going on. I extend the greetings to the venerable hierarch. That kid's scared out of his mind. Memories of childhood are important. They're the experiences that shape your future. I'm about to traumatize a child. Behold. Oh my God, she's being a mom. Yeah, he wouldn't stop crying when we tried to get him to calm down. Besides, how is she even doing that with her hands? Not even masters of martial arts moves like that. Ryoshu was practically giving him no time for any other distractions, or even a moment to cry. She was taking care of that kid almost effortlessly. Never would imagine Ryoshu would be good at this. Neat! Showering kids with tasty stuff and gifts isn't the best way to go about it. What's important is helping them understand just what kind of person I am. Yeah, the kid's really on edge for his age. I start to make some progress, but whenever he suspected that I was lying or something, he'd immediately go back to being on guard. Venerable hierarch, may I ask you something? Well, asking's free, but I gotta tell you, it's gonna depend on what you're about to ask, whether I can help you or not. Huh? Wrong move, rookie hierarch. Why say all that when TWDT? You don't get the immaculately of succulent abbreviations. Ryoshu grabbed the child's shoulders, brought him before Jia Zishun, then, in her usual curtness, spoke precisely 2 words to the confused child, and that seemed to do the trick. Speak, kid. It's my big sis said that when the family hierarch war's over, I can finally play tons with friends, but their parents told them to stay inside because it's too dangerous outside. So I want to ask if you can make Garden View and Garden safe. I want to play with my friends. Gotcha. I'll review your suggestion positively. I was going to try to improve the safety of this place anyway, whether he asked me to or not. Save it up for kids like that to run on the market on his own, a place where he doesn't have to be afraid to go outside. Well, so far so good. It seems all the classes are going pretty good, all nice and exciting, except for mine. This brings memories back of the war. Anyway, let's see here. I was given this list of the board of directors or something to read or something like that. All right, let's see here. I can do that. No problem. We here at the LCB would like to show our appreciation to the following. Tolling the Bell, Caden 2112, Komodo Prima, Shinwa, Solar Sly M3, Tia,
Wooly, Komodo Prima again, over on the whatever the Twitch side is. I don't understand what that is. Apollo Owl, Time Thornbloom, Alice Rinfell, Ennui, Aura BW321, Archeo Libby, Baka 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 Boy, Caden Gamer 2112, Commander Alley, Confused Biscuit 5, Cutie Goat, Ico, Ben Ferox, Folly Industries, Heo335, Ifany, Impulse DM, Jab Jab, Gist, Kina Jardine, Lokar812, Meowberry, Mizuhiro Neko, Knickknack819, Plasmis, Pokemon Lucario 448 Aura, Quedza Drake, Remy Frost, Ray Allen, Rowan Yeen, Shinji 257, Skeeth Wannabe, Snowy Cato, Tati Oni Yokai, Tia Brings Donuts, Trace Alcrom, and Zeldrick. My goodness, we got a lot of supporters or whatever these board of directors are, man. I read that good, right? And now I can like not teach class anymore or something. That's like I'm done, right?
Gregor, get back in the classroom. Got shit to teach. Not done yet.
Oh, damn it. Oh, God, come on. All right, well, thanks again. I guess we'll see you, or you'll see us or something like that. All right, bye. I'm just saying, like, teaching's just, it's making me cross-eyed. Yeah, I'm having a hard time controlling my pupils. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going. Jeez.